Hello, YouTube! Welcome back once again to the Battle Factory. I'm your factory head, Highlane Trainer Ravio, and today we will be looking at that Spooky Tree Trevenant as part of a, albeit late October theme, also going into a November theme, because next month we will be covering Pumpkaboo, and or Gorgeist. Anyway, going into Trevenant in this time, we can see, looking at the stats, 85 health, pretty good. 110 attack is its best stat. People don't normally use it, unfortunately, and I will show you why soon. 76 defense, not great. 82 special defense is better, and people still make this work. Though I may sound like I'm bashing on Trevenant a little, Trevenant is a very strong Pokemon. 56 speed, slow Pokemon, and not a special attacker. Going into the ability, this first set is going to be using Natural Cure, which will cure its status when it switches out. And because of that, we are going to be playing him very tankily. We're going to be giving him Leftovers as his first method of sustain, getting 1/16 of his health every turn. We are going to be giving him Rest as a way to heal him up even more when he gets in a very dire position. And then that Natural Cure, you can switch him out, and he'll be popped up and ready to go next time. Leech Seed as another way of restoring health, so you'll be getting 3/16 health back about probably every turn. Don't quote me on that. Will-O-Wisp as a way to turn him not only from a specially defensive mon, why did I say thing? As you can see here, we've maxed out the special defense and the hit points, but the Will-O-Wisp will also have an opponent's attack when it's burned. So you will essentially turn yourself into a defensive tank as well. For the final move, rounding this one out, we're going to give it Shadow Claw. Just a way to get out of being taunted, essentially, and you don't have to struggle yourself to death. I went over the EV spread. However, the most popular way... Put it together, Ravio. The most popular way of running a Trevenant is with Harvest. With Harvest, you're going to get you have a 50% chance of getting your berry back every turn. So the way I prefer to run him, although there are other ways I will show you soon, is with a Lumberry, because you will cure yourself out of any status, much like a natural cure, except you don't have to leave the field. Because that, I like to give him Rest. Sleep 2 turns, and you restore everything, except the Lumberry will cure you out of it. Will-O-Wisp, once again, to turn you into a dual tank. Phantom Force to do damage. Not only does it break protection, it will also hurt a lot on anyone trying to use evasion. And finally, Horn Leech, or the way I run mine is with Leech Seed, because I am a HP hog with Trevenant. With this one, once again, we are going to be running a careful one. Pretty much all the Trevenants are careful, except for maybe a few, which I'll show you soon. I'm building up to a lot in this video, so I hope I sort of fulfill it all. But we're going to be running in, again, very specially defensive tank with the Will-O-Wisp there to round him out. On to the next set. This is just another way to run the Trevenant. A little bit different with the Harvest on a Citrus Berry. A little bit riskier, because your way of protecting yourself from status is with Substitute. And if you get hit with a status by, let's say, Prankster... Bayonet, Prankster, Sableye, Prankster, Klefki, Prankster, anything, pretty much, you're not going to be in a good position. Pretty much that first turn, you're going to be susceptible to a status. However, if you could eke around that, Substitute Citrus Berry can also be very strong, with a Leech Seed there to give you even more health, as sort of a backup plan for when the Citrus Berry doesn't work. Will-O-Wisp, still to run yourself as a defensive tank, round out, and... a move I wish I see more often run on Trevenant, Curse. Most people prefer to use Curse in this style with the attack, defense, and the attack and defense boost and the speed decrease. But Curse also, from a Ghost, though it may have their attack, the opponent will take 1/4 damage from their health every turn. So that's like the ultimate stats right there. And you can pop it on top of your Leech Seed and your Will-O-Wisp. The way I see it, Trevenant is probably the best Pokemon to use Curse, because you'd be hiding up behind a Substitute, so you could live to the point where you could launch off a Curse, and then the Citrus Berry would pop yourself back up to a good amount of health once you've used your Substitute and Curse. So you'd go from 25 to 50, and then have that Citrus Berry ready to pull yourself back even more along with the Leech Seed. And then it's just a timer. This EV set, I just figured I'd show you another way you could put EVs on a Trevenant. This is the way I prefer to run EVs on a Pokemon. Still 252 HP, but I made 100 defense and 156 special defense. The reason I prefer to do this, or the way I do this actually, I like to make, when I'm not doing 252, or I'm not trying to get really, really precise with a stat, I prefer to make one EV number divisible by 10. So that way I can, divisible by 10 and less than 100, sorry. So that way I can use the medicine in order to boost that one up. And then you go in Horde Train. So this would be all medicine. Then you'd go over here, max out your HP with Horde Training, and then you could just Horde Train your special defense until it's full. And that's another way I like to do it. On to the probably coolest Trevenant that I thought that I didn't even realize was a thing until I sort of was putting together this video. An offensive Trevenant. Looking at the EV spread, this one looks a lot different than the other Trevenants. We've got 252 HP and 252 defense and an adamant nature. So we're not even worrying about the special defense this time. The adamant nature can be switched out with a careful nature again if you really, really want to be specially defensive. The reason we're doing him like this is because we're going to be using an assault vest. The assault vest will boost our special defense, but we can only use damaging moves. Little do they know, Trevenant has many ways of using damaging moves. We're going to be using the natural cure, so that way if Trevenant gets burned or toxic, he can switch out and still come back kicking later. And also Harvest doesn't really help us out much because he's not using a berry. But that's beside the point. Going into the moves, we've got Horn Leech as our way of healing health, because though it may do 75 damage, we will be recovering 50% of the damage dealt, which, like Giga Drain and Mega Drain and Absorb and Draining Kiss and whatever, that can mean Trevenant will stay around for a long time. Phantom Force is my personal ghost move of choice on him, because it could sort of play around strangely where it's like Fly. If you see Fly, you protect before they can hit you. Phantom Force breaks protection, so you don't even need to worry about that, and it's just a stronger move than Shadow Claw in general. And going into the next part of bread and butter in this set, Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch! Sorry. Fighting move, so you can't hit other ghosts with it, but then again, Phantom Force can fix that for you. 40 power, hitting a target raises the attack by 1, which means Trevenant will slowly be boosting itself up, which means you can run him very tankily and then just Power Punch your attack so that's on par with the rest of your defenses. This is really powerful. Just saying. This last move I left blank because it's really up to you. You could run it with Earthquake, you could run it with Frustration and or Return, Poison Jab if you hate fairies, Rock Slide if you don't want any flying types to deal with you, Shadow Claw if you want another way of dealing with the Shadow Claw as a way of replacing Phantom Force. Sorry, my brain popped open for a second. Wood Hammer if you want a stronger grasp move, although Horn Leech really does the job, and I don't see Wood Hammer helping. X Scissor if for bug coverage. Feint Attack is just a weak dark move. And yeah, this can be a very powerful set in the right hands. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Hylian Trainer Ravio, and until next time, on the Battle Factory, please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more videos. Hey guys, Hylian Trainer Ravio here with a quick little announcement for the month of November. Trevenant and Gourgeist are going to be 2 Pokemon I do for October, pretty much to remedy a huge missed opportunity that I made where for the month of October I could have been doing all ghost Pokemon and creepy Pokemon and stuff like that. So Trevenant and Gourgeist are going to be my 2 creepy Pokemon and also a segue into my plan for the month of November. The month of November, I'm going to try and make 4 Battle Factory videos, 1 per week, or 5 if there's 5 weekends. But I'm going to make as many videos as weekends in November about grass Pokemon and Pokemon related with the harvest and Pokemon related with Thanksgiving and related with fall and stuff like that. However, because I've not been very consistent with making my videos, unfortunately, I'd like your help to give me that little kick in the butt I need to get in the right direction. You guys will be deciding what Pokemon I use for my videos. How are you going to do that, Ravio, you may ask? Good question, I'll answer, and then I'll tell you. I have a Twitter, like most people on YouTube, so if you guys want the Pokemon you want on the Battle Factory, I'd like you to shoot a tweet at me, at HTRavio on Twitter, with the hashtag Battle Factory, and the Pokemon you want to be on the video. The 4 or 5 tweets with the most likes when I go and check to make the video will be the Pokemon that win the contest. Anyway, 15 subscribers. I mean, I made the channel in August, so I'm not expecting that much. It's going to be a slow process. Thank you to those few that enjoy what I've been doing or know me and know that I need as much help as I can get, because you guys are all cool. And hopefully you can keep spreading the word about it. And for those of you who haven't subscribed and are watching this video, click that button. You know you want to. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Hylian Trainer Ravio. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you like my videos or you just like Pokemon in general, and cast your votes in for the Pokemon you'd like to see in the month of November. Thank you all very much for your time, and have a fantastic day.